This video is sponsored by Squarespace.
Hello from Seoul. You might ask yourself, what's the best chicken dish? Yeah, it's really hard to pick one. I can name thousands of dishes until tomorrow if you want. But you can't deny this is one of the greatest chicken dishes of all time.
Today, we're gonna be making sesame chicken, one of the most popular chicken dishes of all time. If you're craving some crispy chicken coated in a beautiful glossy sauce, I dare say this is it. What? You think it looks complicated? Don't worry about it. As always, with me, it's gonna be simple, easy, and delicious. For this, you will need some chicken, garlic, ginger, green onion, and toasted sesame seeds. That's it. But if you wanna make it more visually appealing to impress your girlfriend or boyfriend, get yourself some broccoli. Trust me, you're gonna be more beautiful and nutritious sesame chicken at the end. Alright, let's start off with our chicken. Get yourself 1 pound or 450 grams of boneless chicken thighs and cut them into nice bite-sized pieces. What? You're on a diet? Then you can replace them with chicken breast. But you and I both know that this is gonna be deep fried anyhow, so let's just forget about those calories and go to the gym. That's better for our inner peace. Once that's done, put them in a mixing bowl. And then add half a tablespoon of soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of Shaoxing wine, a quarter teaspoon of white pepper, 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, half a teaspoon of baking soda, 1 tablespoon of neutral tasting oil, 1 egg white, and give them some good massage. Once they say, oh, yeah, give them some privacy in the fridge for about 10 minutes. That's it. So simple, right? Now let's prep our vegetables. First, smash 3 cloves of garlic and finely chop them. But if this sounds like a hassle, you can totally use pre-minced garlic like the one in a tube. Don't worry about it, because that's faster and easier, you may love it more. Next, grate a small knob of ginger, about 2 teaspoons would be enough. Of course, you could just chop this with a knife, but this will be better to infuse our oil, so I highly recommend using a grater. Once that's done, thinly slice some green onions. As always, we're gonna use the white parts to infuse our oil and green parts to garnish, so please keep them separately, like this. This time, broccoli. Take 1 or 2 broccoli and cut them into small florets. Like I said earlier, this is gonna make for a beautiful presentation, but if you have some other vegetables to pair with, or you have some leftover salad from yesterday, you can totally skip the broccoli. No problem at all. Now, let's move on to the sauce. In a small container, add half a tablespoon of soy sauce, 1.5 tablespoons of oyster sauce, 2 tablespoons of sugar, 1 tablespoon of honey, 1 tablespoon of vinegar, 2 tablespoons of ketchup, 1 teaspoon of chicken bouillon powder, 5 tablespoons of water, 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, and give it a good mix. Here, if you want to add some spicy kick to it, adding a little bit of sambal or sriracha would be a good option. But sweet and savory is kind of like the iconic flavor of this dish, so I'm gonna skip that today. Alright, everything is all set. Let's get cooking. Fill your pot with enough water and bring it to a boil. Once it starts to boil, add a generous pinch of salt and blanch your broccoli. After 1 minute, take them out and shock them in some ice water. This is gonna help your broccoli keep its vibrant green color. Remember, green always makes your dish look fancy. Fancy. Now for our chicken, let's add 1 cup of potato starch into a big tray and then lightly coat the outside of the chicken. What? Is it hard to get potato starch? Don't worry about it. Cornstarch, AP flour, both of them would work. I'm using potato starch just because it gives a more crispy texture, so as always, just use what you have. That's the best. Alright, it's time to fry our chicken. Fill your wok or pot with enough oil and heat that to 170 degrees Celsius or 340 degrees Fahrenheit. Once it reaches the temperature, carefully add in your chicken one by one and fry for about 3 to 4 minutes. Here, if you add them all at once, you will lower the oil temperature quickly, so it's gonna be difficult to get the crispy chicken at the end. So I highly recommend doing it in batches. Once you add them in, gently stir them around so that they don't stick together. When the chicken turns lightly golden brown, take them out and place them on a wire rack. And in the meantime, I'm gonna remove a little bits that are left in the oil. Now let's heat this oil back up to 180 degrees Celsius or 355 degrees Fahrenheit. Once it reaches the temperature, dump all the chicken in and fry for about 2 to 3 minutes or until golden brown. Here, because of the moisture coming from the chicken as it's roasting, the oil can make a lot more noise and bubbles than the first fry. But don't worry about it, that's natural. The second fry will have to remove all of the moisture from the crust and make it extra crispy. So even if we toast them in the sauce later, we're gonna get delicious crispy chicken at the end. That's why we need this double frying technique. Once the chicken turns a beautiful golden brown, take them out and drain on a wire rack. And then just give them a third chance to enjoy their vacation. Third vacation? So jealous! Finally, it's time to put them all together. Take out another wok or pan, add 2 tablespoons of oil and heat it over medium-high heat. Once it's heated, add the garlic, ginger, white parts of the green onions and saute those for about 30 seconds. Once they start to smell real nice, increase the heat to high, pour in our sauce and give that a good stir for about 1 minute. When the sauce comes to a boil and it starts to thicken, add all your fried chicken and quickly toast them together for about a minute. Once they are nicely coated, turn the heat off. And then add 1 tablespoon of toasted sesame oil, 2.5 tablespoons of toasted sesame seeds, and give it a final mix. That's it, there's nothing complicated, right? Alright, it's time to plate. Nicely arrange your broccoli on a serving plate as if you're making a barrier for our precious chicken. And then place your sesame chicken into the circle. Last but not least, let's finish it off with our love, green onion. How was it? It's unbelievably simple, right? But I'm pretty sure this simple recipe will give you the best result, just like Squarespace helps you create the best website that you dreamed of. Squarespace is the all-in-one platform that helps build a website, blog, or online store for you. Even if you have zero technical skills, thanks to Squarespace Fluid Engine, you can build an amazing website that actually converts customers. Instead of any complicated stuff, there's a grid inside where you can adjust spacing and sizing. So all you need to do is just simply customize every design detail with drag and drop. And you can even independently edit the desktop and mobile versions. Trust me, in my experience, optimizing your website both desktop and mobile is very important. Squarespace is not just a website builder, but it also has lots of tools to help you run many types of businesses, like e-commerce tools to manage your online store, member areas to sell your own course, and scheduling tools where clients can book appointments with you. Plus, they also have SEO tools so that your site can be found in search by more people more often. If you want to try for yourself, build your site for free. And when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/AaronandClaire to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. You want to experience the easiest and the best way to create your dream website? Squarespace will be with you. Thank you for sponsoring this video, Squarespace. Alright, finally, it's time to taste. Let's call our taste tester.
Claire?
Sesame chicken! 이름에 걸맞게 아주 참깨 범벅이구만. When I tried the sesame chicken for the first time, I was a little bit shocked because somehow I was expecting it was made with sesame paste like sesame noodles. Is it just me? Anyways, as long as it's tasty, it doesn't really matter. Let's give it a try. 아주 위에 소스가 클래시한 게 너무 맛있어 보인다. Cheers! It's amazing. Can't just go wrong with this. 그냥 너무 맛있네. 이건 진짜 호불호가 갈릴 수 없는 그런 맛이네. 소스가 진짜 예술이다. 그 아이코니까 단짠이 정확하게 느껴져. 그리고 참깨를 진짜 많이 뿌려줬더니 입에서 그 고소한 맛까지 같이 팍팍팍팍 터지는 게 너무 맛있다. 내가 예전에는 이렇게 튀긴 거는 무조건 얼만큼 크런치한지 바삭한지만 좀 집중해서 봤는데 요즘에 이제 많이 먹다 보니까 잘 튀긴 거는 속에도 촉촉해야 되더라고요. 촉촉해 보인다. 잘 튀겨졌네. 밥 위에 하나 올려서 It looks even better, right? 요즘에 밥이랑 먹는 게 좀 중독됐나 봐. 뭐든지 밥 위에만 올라가면 더 맛있어 보여. Cheers! 소스를 잔뜩 흡수해서 밥이랑 정말 부드럽게 잘 어울리고 짭조름하고 풍미가 가득하기 때문에 너무 잘 어울린다. 맛있어서 얘한테 손이 좀 안 가긴 하는데 그래도 if you say something deep fried is best for your health, you gotta try something healthy, right? So let's try with broccoli. 이 성벽이 무너지는 건 아니겠지. Cheers! 처음에는 브로콜리를 이 치킨이랑 같이 볶았어야 하지 않았나 그렇게 생각을 했었었는데 따로 양념 없이 이렇게 먹는 것도 괜찮은 것 같아. 이게 먹고 나서 입을 좀 헹궈주는 그런 느낌으로 좋네. 괜찮네. By any chance, if you are worried about deep frying, Aaron said you can pan fry the chicken with a little bit of oil. So don't worry and give this a try. It's delicious.
Today, I showed you how to make sesame chicken, one of the most popular Chinese American dishes. How was it? It's actually not that difficult, right? If you always thought like this is something you can only get from a restaurant, well, now it's time to give it a try. If you do, you will have one of the most delicious sesame chicken that you ever had. Seriously, you're gonna thank me later. Alright, this is it for today, and I'll see you next time.